One side at the International Court of Justice at The Hague, Indian diplomats refusing to shake hands with their Pakistani counterparts, saying namaste instead, refusing to shake hands of Pakistani diplomats. On the other side, acrimonious scenes playing out in the Punjab Assembly, Akali Dal leaders asking for Navjot Singh Sidhu's resignation. Amrinder Singh saying Navjot Singh Sidhu is a cricketer, understands little about the pain of being in the family of somebody who's been killed. Mamata Banerjee is saying that this hysteria against Pakistan is being whipped up so that Modi can win another term. It didn't last for very long. There was an appeal for a political consensus post-Pulwama that's been shattered at a time when India is taking on Pakistan not just militarily but also diplomatically. In the immediate aftermath of the Pulwama attack, opposition leaders like Rahul Gandhi came forth and said, for now we are one, for now we back the government, for now we back the military, and there will be no politics over it. Well, that consensus didn't last very long. Today, from Congress leaders to West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee to Samajwadi Party leader Akhilesh Yadav, all of them attacked the Modi government, attacked the BJP for failing to prevent Pulwama. Mamata Banerjee went to the extent of saying that this hysteria was being drummed up to help Modi's re-election possibilities. The fact also is that for the fifth time in the last 4 days, the Prime Minister himself spoke about the terror attack and how he'd given the army the right to go out and avenge Pulwama. We saw the BJP president say it as well, that this is not a Congress government, this is a Bharatiya Janata Party government, and Pulwama will be alleged. So the question is, who's guilty of politicizing the Pulwama attack?
পাকদের কঠিন শাস্তি দেওয়া উচিত সে সম্বন্ধে আমরাও একমত। এটা নিয়ে তো কোনো বিতর্ক নেই। সেই জন্য তো 5 দিন চুপ করে বসে আছে। তার মধ্যে বলছে পাক প্রেমীদের যারা লুকিয়ে আছে, কারা পাক প্রেমী বলতে কাকে বোঝায়? তুমি বিজেপি আরএসএস আর হিন্দু পরিষদ ছাড়া তোমার নিজের সংগঠন ছাড়া সবাই পাক প্রেমিক। তুমি কোন অ্যাকশনটা করেছো এই 5 বছরে? পাঠানকোট থেকে শুরু করে তোমার এই পর্যন্ত কোন অ্যাকশনটা করেছো? যখন ইলেকশন ইজ নকিং অ্যাট দ্য ডোর, তখন তোমার মনে হলো যে দেশে একটা যুদ্ধ বাঁধানো দরকার, আরেকবার শ্যাডো ওয়ার করা দরকার, আবার মানুষের জীবন নিয়ে খেলা দরকার।
So the big question we're going to debate over the next half an hour, who is guilty of politicizing the Pulwama attack? You've got opposition leaders now targeting the BJP and the Prime Minister. You've got the BJP talking very aggressively about hitting Pakistan because this is a muscular nationalist government and not a weak Congress government. Joining us, we've got Lieutenant General Syed Ata Hasnain, one of the most respected officers who's been very active on the ground commanding the corps in Kashmir. Also with us at this time is Kuldeep Khoda, former Director General of Police of Jammu and Kashmir. So I'll start with General Hasnain. You know, this consensus around Pulwama lasted for all of 48 hours when they said there'll be no politics. Now we're seeing senior leaders of the BJP and very senior voices from the opposition attack each other on Pulwama. Who do you believe is guilty of politicizing the attacks?
Well, I think the political community in general needs to mature itself. All parties and all political leaders need to come together. I was expecting that this will not last beyond 72 hours. It's actually lasted even less than that. And obviously it is the spectre of the elections, which are 2 to 3 months away. It is the spectre of the elections.
The announcement is just 2 or 3 weeks away.
That's right. So it is that pressure which is playing up. I do expect that if something happens in the next couple of days as far as operations are concerned, I hope that a consensus will build up at that point at least. Till that time, perhaps a window is available in which petty politics will continue to play itself out, and I expect that it won't really change.
Gaurav Vallabh, you said that this is a time to stand with the forces, to stand with the government, and that nobody in the Congress would take pot shots, but now we're seeing that happen. You know, you're attacking the government for its security failures. We're seeing Mamata Banerjee, your potential ally in that Mahagathbandhan, talk about how hype is being built up, whipped up to help Modi's re-election plan. That whole idea of consensus around Pulwama didn't last very long at all. Now we're seeing politicians fight each other at a time when we should really be looking across the border. Gaurav Vallabh.
Rahul, we are still committed to what our Congress President Shri Rahul Gandhi ji had mentioned, that we are with the government, we are with the Indian forces. We want that how can this coward attack on our son of the soils had made, we are with the Indian army. So again I am reiterating. But when it started, Rahul, you know, when the president of the ruling party had mentioned in Assam that it is not something else government, we are going to take revenge because we are superhumans. Arey, Amit Shah Sahab, please allow army to take their course of action. Why you are involving yourself? Why Prime Minister having all sort of rallies across the country that mere dil mein bhi aag hai? Arey everybody, mere dil mein bhi aag hai Modi ji. Aapke dil mein jitni hai, utni ke utni aag mere dil mein bhi hai. But why you are propagating this thing? Let army to take their own action. Once you had mentioned that I had allowed army to take their own call, let them take their own call. Question which every Indian is asking, that this is after 12 years there is an IED attack in the valley, and how 350 kgs of IED had reached to the valley. Who is going to take the responsibility of that? Is it the government of India?
Not
is it
to
J&K government, or is it no one
Pulwama.
else?
The Congress says, dekho to sahi kaun bol raha hai. For 5 times in the last 4 days, the Prime Minister himself has spoken of hitting out at Pakistan, including during government events. Wherever he gets an opportunity, he's saying the same thing. He's also said it in BJP meetings. He could have said it once, says the Congress. He's saying it again and again. Naturally, you're being accused of wanting one kind of behavior from the opposition, but not doing the same yourself.
Rahul,
No, why we are not going to do a
condolences.
Mahapap what Modi ji had done after 26/11. We are not going to do that.
Gaurav Bhatia.
Yes, thank you, Rahul. First of all, I would offer deepest condolences to the brave martyrs of our country. Soldiers have sacrificed their life even today. And, you know, a lieutenant colonel, a brigadier and a DIG has been injured, so we pray for their speedy recovery. Now, you know, on politics, my friend was saying, you know, when it started, he is very easily forgetting that even when news was pouring in, that, you know, these brave martyrs have been killed by terrorists, just immediately 1 hour after the news was pouring in, Mr. Surjewala was having a press conference and asking about the 56-inch ki chhati. I think that was in very poor taste, and that is petty politics. Mr. Rahul Gandhi is one who has said we will not do politics. But Rahul, is it not correct that Sidhu is openly saying that one nation cannot be a terrorist nation, the entire nation cannot be blamed, whereas the stand of the Indian government in United Nations has also been that Pakistan is terroristan. The entire nation has been supporting terrorism in our country. Third, what about Saifuddin Soz? We withdrew security from the separatists because they are probably taking funds from Pakistan and weakening our country. Saifuddin Soz came out to say that this is not the right decision. And Noor Bano, another leader, she was questioning the Indian army and she said Indian army is to be blamed for the attack. I've given you 4 examples, and now I will come to the point that the Prime Minister of the country is making. Everywhere he is going, there is a need to send out a strong message even to the countrymen and to tell them that yes, we will take revenge. The time, the place and the extent of the revenge that will be taken will be decided by the Indian army. That's step number 1. You know, economically, we have to ensure that we isolate Pakistan. The status of most favored nation has been withdrawn. And all-party meeting was called to build a consensus. These are the steps that the government is taking to ensure that on a serious issue like national security,
the
we should all
BJP's
be
best
together.
defense is that this is a time when countrymen need assurance. Therefore, don't pick on the Prime Minister. He's telling them, "Dhairya rakho, have patience. The army will take revenge." He's left it to the military commanders, and therefore you can't blame the BJP and the Prime Minister. Gaurav Vallabh.
No, I am not saying about Prime Minister. I am saying about Amit Shah Sahab, the President of the Bharatiya Janata Party. And he gave few examples. Bhatia ji, what is your opinion on Sakshi ji, your MP? I am not going to call him Maharaj because he don't deserve to be Maharaj. When he was waving his hand, when the Antim Yatra of Shaheed was going on, he is laughing, standing on the truck when the Antim Yatra is going on. What is your opinion, Bhatia ji, about Manoj Tiwari when this horrific episode killing is going on? Manoj Tiwari was dancing in some cultural program. What do you say about Amit Shah Sahab? On 14th February in the evening, he is trying to have a Gathbandhan. See, don't entertain all these things. I am asking two very fundamental questions, Bhatia ji. One, my first question, that 350 kgs of IED after 12 kg, after 12 years, reached a valley. Who is responsible for this? Is it Government of India or J&K government or no one? And my second question, we welcome MFN status had withdrawn. We welcome all international pressure government is trying to mount on Pakistan. But why we can't convene a special session of the parliament and have categorized the resolution that Pakistan is a terrorist country? If we are not going to do in India, then who will do it outside India?
Yes. First of all, my friend did not respond on any of the issues that I raised about Surjewala ji, Sidhu, Saifuddin Sos, but I will respond because I feel that as an Indian and also as the spokesperson, it is my duty to do so. Yes, if there was a picture of an MP smiling, it is not acceptable and it should not have been done because you need to be sensitive. You asked me that how did 350 kgs of RDX reach there. Let me tell you, the intelligence agencies, the army, the police, works day and night and ensures that they avert terrorist attacks. And in this case, I think a study is going on. Let that report come. But the unfortunate part is that when a month back, interception was allowed for 10 agencies, Rahul Gandhi was the one tweeting that converting India into a police state isn't going to solve your problems. You can't have double standards. When the government is doing its job to ensure that we intercept these calls and data to ensure that there is no terrorist attack, you question the government. And today you are seeing what were they doing. Our path is very clear. We have to crack down on terror. We have to crack down on Maoism. We have to crack down on separatists as well as terrorists. But on every occasion, the biggest hurdle has been Congress and the opposition parties who come out to support the Naxalites, the terrorists, the separatists. And on Amit Shah ji, let me tell you, Amit Shah ji in Assam was remembering the son of the soil, Maneswar Basumatri, who gave his life for the country. And there he assured the people that this is a government which has a spine and we will retaliate with full force. And that is the message that was sent out. You cannot object to that.
Kuldeep Khoda, as a former Director General of Police, are you disappointed with the kind of political discourse we're seeing? We're in the middle of an election season. The dates for the general election are supposed to be announced soon if everything goes according to plan. This will intensify. The consensus we saw post-Pulwama seems to be just coming apart within 48 hours, Mr. Khoda.
You know, one of the important things which one has to focus on is that the entire country, the population of the entire country is behind the forces, and in ensuring that the forces move unhindered in tackling the problem of terrorism in J&K. That is one thing which is of satisfaction. And when the entire population of the country is behind the forces, few politicians trying to score points over each other in run-up to the elections, that is really not going to matter. But one thing is also to be noticed, that most of the parties, the mainstream parties, came together in supporting the government, and that has to be followed. What is required now is an effective action, as General Hassan mentioned, within next few days, so that They answer to the people who are still trying to raise questions and raise dissent voices on government. They are answered. And the past surgical strikes in 2016, that was expected to yield results. But obviously, our experience shows now that has not yielded the desired results. What is required is now
with the former
the action
DGP
which
that the
actually
forces
gets
need to do the job they need to do. This business of politics is not going to stop because the impulse is so strong. These netas are in the middle of an election season. Ye baaz nahi aane wale. They'll keep saying Congress, BJP, humne nahi kiya, tumne nahi kiya, tumhari chappan nahi. This business will go on. It will get worse. Right now they're still restrained because there's blood on the streets. Families are still crying. Give it a couple of days, this is going to get a lot worse.
Rahul, I remember the year 1994. Maybe we did not have so many terrorist attacks going on perhaps at that time, although the situation was very hot also. But if you remember, on the 22nd of February 1994, both houses of parliament, all parties came together. The leader of the opposition and the prime minister shook hands and came together and passed the resolution which said that the entire territory of Jammu and Kashmir belongs to India. It was a message to the world. It took the wind out of the sails of the United States Assistant Secretary of State at that time, Robin Raphael. Oh, I don't understand at this time, why don't we get the parliament to convene at this moment and let the people sit together, let there be a moratorium on any mention of any political aspects of this act which has happened.
Gaurav Bhatia, respond. Why can't the Bharatiya Janata Party call a special joint session of parliament and say, you know, let's figure out how to beat Pakistan together. This is not a battle we'll fight. This is not a battle we'll win by making this BJP versus Congress. Tumne nahi kiya, main karke dikhaunga. That doesn't help India's larger national cause.
No, it's one of the valuable suggestions that has come, but I am not competent to comment on it. But I must share what the government has been doing, and we have been utilizing every minute to strengthen the claim of our country. Even before other countries, the Pakistan High Commissioner was summoned by the Ministry of External Affairs, Rahul, and the Foreign Secretary met envoys from 25 different countries in the last few days to ensure that they know the stand of our country and they are able to support. We have received support from the US, from the UK and many other important countries. The members of the five countries from the Security Council and their envoys have also been apprised of the stand of our country. Apart from that, we all know that steps like most favored nation status being withdrawn, also decisions like that when the army convoy is moving, civilians will not be allowed to, you know, move freely at that time, ensuring proper security for the army convoys, as well as there have been army drills also. These are all measures that have been taken. Having the session of the parliament is one such suggestion.
For the reason that security of Hurriyat leaders has been withdrawn. That's number one. And we've seen, for example, action near Pulwama already. The mastermind of this attack, the IED Afghan expert, he's been taken down. And the most favored nation status to Pakistan has been withdrawn as well. So things are happening.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.